Odegaard haunts Real, Vinicius denies PSG rumours, Ajax star wants a Premier League move, a transfer roundup, and today's Friday feels all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Frolic. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, Martin Odegaard came back to haunt his parent club last night at the Copa del Rey as Real Sociedad pulled off an unbelievable 4-3 victory at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. This knocks them out of the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. First off, Odegaard grabbed the opening goal. He then assisted another goal which was ruled out for offside, and all round just had such a phenomenal match. It really goes to show that Real Madrid do have a talented player on their hands, something like the player they'd hoped to see when they signed him almost 6 years ago. Of course, they signed him as a 16-year-old, so he's now just 22 and he's got loads of time to go on and be a legend at the Bernabeu. But for now, he's pulling up trees at Real Sociedad. He's on a 2-year loan there, and when he came off in the 64th minute, he literally came off to a standing ovation from the travelling away fans and the home fans as well. Of course, for the rest of the evening, things didn't go so well for Real. At one stage, they were 3-0 down, they pulled a goal back, and then it was 4-1, and despite a flurry of late goals, they managed to get themselves knocked out of the cup. This is highly uncharacteristic of recent form for Real Madrid, who have been so good defensively, who rarely lose a game, and who really don't concede that many goals. Anyway, things went equally worse for Barcelona, who also lost in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. This means that for the first time since 2010, we won't see either Real or Barça in the final, and Barcelona will not be in the final for the first time in 6 years. Incredible stuff. Anyway, they lost in a last-minute header from Iñaki Williams against Athletic Bilbao, meaning that that's 2 times they've gone to San Mamés this season and 2 times that they've lost 1-0 in the very last minute. Despite this though, defender Gerard Piqué seems rather upbeat around the competitions for the rest of the season. Of course, Barca's still fighting for La Liga and for the Champions League, and the defender thinks they can win both, whilst also saying that their loss had absolutely nothing to do with all the ruckus surrounding Messi and Eric Abidal off the field. But moving on to some transfer news and to Vinicius Jr., and we're talking about the Real Madrid game again, but after the match, Vinicius completely denied that he is going to move to PSG. It's reported that their sporting director Leonardo is a big fan of the Brazilian, but Vinicius wants to stay at the Bernabeu for the foreseeable future. Now this, I can completely understand. I mean, you're already at one of the biggest clubs in the world, so yeah, sure, stay, you're getting minutes. But, and there's a big but that's added on to this, is Vinicius Jr. necessarily guaranteed to progress and become the main guy at the Bernabeu? Eden Hazard is 28 years old, and he's going to be around for a few years, but not too many. There's also Rodrigo. They've also signed Jesus Renier in the January transfer window as well. Not quite sure I said his name right there. But regardless, there's a lot of competition at Real Madrid, and Vinicius, well, it doesn't look like he is the definite first starter at the moment. Of course, he's an unbelievably talented player, and if he does stay, I've no doubt that he'll go on to have a really good career. But if PSG come in with an attractive offer, if they sell Neymar, if Real Madrid even want to buy Neymar, of all the young Brazilians they've got, I can see Vinicius being used as a make-weight. But if that Neymar deal doesn't happen, I think Vinicius will stay at Real Madrid and he'll be absolutely fine. Real Madrid fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. But we're moving on now to Ajax and their star goalkeeper Andre Onana, who's been brilliant in the last few years, and it looks like he's finally made a decision over his future. The Cameroonian 25-year-old has 18 months remaining on his contract, and in the summer, it looks like he wants to move to the Premier League. He was at the Barcelona Academy. In fact, that's where Ajax bought him from, and so it's looked like forever that if he were to leave Ajax, he was going to be returning to Barca. He knows how they play, he knows their style, and he's brilliant with his feet and certainly in possession. But it looks as though he's made a decision that he wants to move to the Premier League, and this has led Spurs and Chelsea to both be on his tail. It looks like at the moment though, Chelsea are having more of a goalkeeper situation than Spurs are, as Hugo Lloris has just turned to the first team squad. At Chelsea, there's massive question marks over Kepa's form. Now, he's been poor this season, okay? Goalkeepers go through a poor patch. But when you're the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, a lot more is expected of you. So much so that he was dropped the other day for the 2-2 draw at Leicester for 38-year-old Willy Caballero. Frank Lampard has a big decision to make in the future, and if they do go ahead and sign Onana, it probably means they're going to get rid of Kepa and at least try and recoup some of the money that they spent on him from Athletic Bilbao. So next up, we come to a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer rumours, where Manchester United will not be accepting anything less than 15 million for Chris Smalling. Adama Traore is interested in many clubs, but the latest club being linked to a signature is his former team, Barcelona. Leicester City at the front of the queue for out-of-contract star Adam Lallana, who will be leaving the club in the summer. And lastly but not least, Jesper Martins has got an indefinite ban and faces up to 6 months out of the game after he pushed the referee twice at the weekend. So here we are at today's Friday Feels. You guys know what it is, where you leave all your footballing predictions in the comment section below. And just to clear things up, because we had a few questions last week, you guys don't have to predict anything from the games that I'm predicting. You can do whatever you like. Any football from any league, let me know in the comment section below. Me personally, there's a huge amount of incredible football this weekend. And first off, I'm going to go for Bayern Munich to strengthen their grip at the top of La Liga and beat RB Leipzig. I think that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is going to score in the Milan derby, but I'm not so sure about the outcome. And lastly but not least, in the massive game in the Portuguese league, I think that Benfica are going to continue their unbelievable season and beat Porto. So there you have it. Let me know your Friday feels in the comment section below and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button, click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, have a great weekend and I'll see you guys soon.